Guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, something super interesting happened recently. There was a post on the Top Drives official page saying that they're working with Top Drives Club to kind of figure out what the player base likes and dislikes about the pictures that they choose in game. So Top Drives Club implemented this photo quality thing where you can rate it from 1 to 10, and you can see that there are 176 votes on the Bugatti Chiron so far, with an average score of 8.81. Now, I have a lot of fun with this, okay? For the longest time, I've always liked to talk about, you know, what makes a picture nice, what makes a picture ugly. I've said this so many times, okay? And I think Hutch knows that this is true now. The picture of the car determines, or I wouldn't say determines, but the quality of the picture of the car plays a part in determining if a player wants to keep a car or not. You know what I mean? Imagine a car that you don't know very well about, like a Donkervoort, for example. I didn't know any Donkervoorts before they were introduced into Top Drives. If the Donkervoorts had super ugly pictures, especially for the ones with like not amazing stats, I would be fusing it 100%. But if the car looked good, maybe I'd be like, hey, at least the car looks good. I like how it looks. I'm gonna keep it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you eat. You eat with your eyes first, or you eat with your phone first, right? You always take photo of the food before you eat the food. I mean, I'm obviously not everybody does that, but I do that. So I'm for the nice stuff, right? So it's kind of like, I do want to know what pictures are going to be like nicer, what pictures are going to be ugly. I want to know what the averages are going to be. So today is very simple. I'm just going to be voting on what I think about, you know, some random cars in the game. And we're going to be starting off with a peace treaty. I like to call it the Bugatti Chiron, okay? Now, why this is a peace treaty is because this is a French car. I do not like French cars. I don't even like how the Bugatti Chiron looks. That being said, we're not judging this based off personal preference. We're not judging this based off like, oh, I don't like French cars, I'm going to rate it low, blah, blah, blah. No, we're rating it on what they say it is. We're rating it on the quality of the picture. And over here, I will tell you right now, the Bugatti Chiron, I don't like how it looks, but this is a fantastic picture. The entire car fits in the card, right? You can see the entire thing front to back. It's in motion. That's pretty cool. It's a high resolution picture. I know it's not high resolution in the videos because I have to zoom in and out on Top Drives Club. Like, it doesn't allow me to click the image to show me a bigger like photo, so I have to like manually like zoom in. So yeah, but in game I know that it is higher quality. This is a high res photo. It's really good. I don't know why there's an average of 8.81. I'm giving it a 10. So yeah, that's my peace treaty over there. So yeah, I'm giving it a 10. Alright, go to a random not voted car. Alright, next one, Di Tommaso, Vallelunga Competizione. So the Vallelunga is an interesting one because I think it's a good looking car. I don't think the picture is necessarily too bad. Like, if it's a black and white photo from a car from the 60s, it makes some sense, you know? It kind of adds on to the theme of it being like an antique or a vintage car. The crop isn't too bad. You see like the tires and you can see the front of the car. You see the roof of it. The angle isn't too bad as well. It's a decent photo, but it definitely could be a lot better. I would give it a 6. If I was feeling generous, which I'm not, I'll give it a 7, but I'll give it a 6. And I feel like the average for this car would be like a 6.63. A 5.06. Well, I'm gonna give it a 6, so that's gonna be my vote of things. All right, now let's go to a random car. All right, so next one is going to be the Subaru Forester 2008. Now this one is a very basic car. It's a very basic photo of a very basic car. I see nothing wrong over here, honestly. The entire car doesn't fit in the frame, but once again, kind of like how vintage cars, in my opinion, you know, they have some leeway of being black and white. Big cars, like SUVs, for example, have leeway of not fitting the picture, you know? It kind of fits in the theme that this is a big car. It lets the player know that this is a big car. And for me, you know, I think it's fine. You know, the entire car doesn't fit in the picture. That's fine. You still see the front, it's still in motion, it's still a good angle. I'll give it a solid 8. I think that's a very 8 photo. And there are literally no results for that picture. Are there actually no I am the first voter for the Subaru Forester. Okay, all right, next up we have the Mercedes CLS 400. I never liked this photo, and I think the main reason why I didn't like this is because The older picture for the Mercedes was a lot nicer, the red one, and this one just wasn't as nice. This one looks like a computer render about, and I don't really like it. It's in motion, and maybe it's because I don't really like how the car looks at the same time, and the color is kind of boring. I'm not a fan, honestly. I want to see a little bit more of the car. I think I'm seeing too little over here. I'm gonna give it a 3. Alright, well, I mean, people disagree. I think the people think it's a little better than the 3 for 5.18. Yeah, like I said, I that's a personal preference. I didn't really like that one. Once again, you know, my votes. Alright, next up, Audi S4 Cabriolet. This one's a nice one. I mean, all World Expo pictures are really good, right? Background is really nice, you know, we got the ocean side, we can see a little house in the distance over there as well. You can see the entire car. It's not in motion, but that's fine. This is a solid 9 in my opinion. 7.65, tough crowd. Alright, but that's my vote, yeah, 9. Alright, next one is going to be the Porsche Boxster 2.7. Interesting one. You can see the entire car. Once again, World Expo, nice background. The only issue with this is that the Porsche Boxster, I don't like how it looks. And like I said with the Bugatti Chiron, you know, we're judging it based off the car itself. And based off the picture itself. And yeah, this is a solid picture, I would say. I would give it an 8. Yeah, the only issue is that I don't like how the car looks. I don't like Boxsters. I just feel like they're exactly what you think they are. It's a cheap man's 911. Okay, next up, Porsche 356. Can't see the entire thing, but it is a really old car in color, which is pretty impressive. I love the angle, and it's not too bad, honestly. You can't see like, if you could see the entire car in this photo, I'll probably give it like a 9. But since a bit of it is blocked out, I'll give it a 7. It's not bad. Definitely knowing, and I think having an average of 5 was pretty tough. Knowing the majority of common cars and how they look in the game, that's definitely one of the better ones. And then yeah, Porsche 911. I'm getting a lot of Porsches. I think 3 Porsches in a row. I mean, I ain't mad about that. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 200. Beautiful car. I feel like a little bit is being blocked. Could be cropped a lot better, but it ain't bad. I'll give it a 7. Oh, wow, 6.18. I think most of my votes have been above the average, not gonna lie. Alright, next up, Megane. This one is trash. I'll give it a 2. Yeah, it has an average of 3. It's a low-quality photo. And I know that this is a low-quality photo in-game. The crop isn't very good. The background is really boring. The Bentley EXP as well. What a bad picture. I mean, I like the concept that you can see a little bit of the inside. That's pretty cool. But once again, the angle, you can't see the back, you can't see the front. The tires are cool, the inside is cool. So I won't say you can't see anything about the car. Not a lot of cars where you can see the interior, which I think is a really, really cool take. But it definitely could be a better angle, and the background is incredibly boring. I would give it like a 4, just because you can see the interior. And yeah, the results are in. 4.83 is the average. Now it's 4.82 because of my 1 vote. Next up on the list, the Mercedes AMG. Okay, now this one is an interesting one because it's in motion, right? It's cool. I do like the angle, but the crop is just not good. The crop is really, really bad. You're just seeing like the back. It almost feels like a 2D picture almost, because all you can see is the entire back of the car. I would give it a 5. I think that's a bit harsh. I think that the average is going to be higher than a 5. I think it'll be like a 6. No, okay, alright, you know what, that is almost as accurate as it can be. Yeah, it's a very 5 car. The thing is, right, that SLS is a beautiful car. There's so many nicer photos of it, so I'm comparing it to what it could have been, really, for that car in relative terms, and for that Mercedes, it's a very high bar. The Citroen DS convertible, once again, like, I do like the filter here, like this like weird like vintage red, orange, pink filter. I like that. It's cool. It's not black and white. Background's cool too. Only issue over here is the fact that I can't see the damn thing, so I'm gonna give it a 3. And yeah, the average is a 3.5, which is cool. You know what? I think I'm getting over the average now. Alright, next one, Cedric. You can see the entire car, which is nice, but it's a white background and it looks like a computer render. I mean, the car looks okay, but like the background is white and it looks like a computer render. The angle is good though. The best I would give it is a 4. And yeah, I mean, it's either a 3 or a 4. That's what everyone is saying. I did boost it up like by 0.02 of that. Okay, citrus injection. This is a really good photo. Actually, this is a very, very good photo. Angle's really good. I know it's a pretty high resolution in the game. It's in motion. You can see the entire thing. I would give it... I want to give it a 10. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. You can't see the entire car. I'll give it a 9. Yeah, it has an average of 8. I think 10's a little bit too high, but it's a very solid car. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, next one, Volvo. This is a decent one too. I'll give it an 8. 6.2 average, really? It's high quality. You see the entire thing. The background is nice. Yeah, it's not in motion, but guys, we need to remember, although I give I like to see cars in motion, if every single car was in motion, it wouldn't feel unique anymore. You know what I mean? So maybe if a car was like jumping or something like that Mitsubishi, that'd be cool. Alright, Nissan GTR Egoist. This is a boring photo. I do not like it. You can see the fronts of it, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Corn, let me know down in the comments below. No hate towards the GTR. It's just a picture. Acura RSX, I think it would be a pretty nice photo if it was zoomed out a little bit more. All I'm seeing here is a wheel, a grill, and a light. So at best, I'd give it a 5 because like the quality of the photo is still high. The background is still nice. Like, the colors are still very vibrant. The red in the Acura works very well with the yellow in the Super Air, and it's the same thing for the Qashqai. Now this one's cool too. I'll give this a 7. I feel like not a lot of people are gonna like this, but like I said earlier, I understand if an entire car doesn't fit the frame if the car is big. Now I know that the Qashqai isn't that big of an SUV, but it's an SUV nonetheless. And I see the most of it, for the most part. It's moving. It's a decent photo. I'd give it a 7. And it has an average of 5.2. That's harsh, man. I don't think it's that bad at all. I'm glad to have boosted it up by 0.03. The X3 M40i. I think this is the first one of the video. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a fantastic photo. Really nice photo. I love what they did with this. I love the angle of it. You can see the entire thing. It's in motion. It's a 10. How is this a 6.89? Bro, how is that a 6.89? This photo is not... Do you see this? This photo is not a 6.89, dude. It is not. It is beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is a 10 in my opinion. And I love how that car looks too. A Viper ACR. I really like this car. The crop isn't bad, but the picture is really boring. I'll give it a 6. 4.88. Okay, I mean, it seems about right. I guess bring it up to a 5. It's a very average photo. Volvo 440. I don't like this because it doesn't... I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, based off this picture. And I don't know this car very well. So, based off this picture, I can't tell. Is this a saloon? Is this a hatchback? Is this a limousine for all I care? I have no clue. Color's cool, filter's alright, but it's a very average, like a 5. And no one's voted for this yet, so that's my first vote. I'm gonna give it a 5. Very average photo. You know, they're pros, but they're cons. The street car! It's a very ugly car. I don't like how it looks, but you see the entire thing. The angle is good, and the resolution's pretty decent. I'll give it an 8. I don't like how it looks, but it's a strong photo. It's a strong photo. Okay. Let's do like maybe 10 more. This is fun. This is really fun. Subaru Xtiga crossover 7. It's not bad. It's not in motion. It's not a white background, although it may look like a white background. You see a little bit of the ocean. I don't even know what it's like on or standing on, what it's placed on, but it's a decent picture. It's not even decent. It's actually good. I'll give it an 8. It has an average of 5.7, which I think is, you know, once again, quite tough. I think it's a decent photo. The Subaru 360 as well. I like this. It's cute. You can see almost the entire thing has white walls. The background is nice. I would give it a 9. I'll give it a, you know what? If it's gonna have an average of 10, I'm gonna respect that, okay? You can keep your 10, sure. It stays that way. Hopefully everyone can just give it a 10. Respect that, okay? Bristol for, like what Jose Mourinho says, respect! Okay, Bristol 406. Yeah, it's a decent photo. I mean, once again, you know, black and white, but it's from 1958. I see the entire car. It's not a boring background either. It's alright. I'll give it a 7. I know it's gonna get a low score because it's black and white, but you know, like I said, if it's like from like, you know, 60, 70, 80, whatever years ago, It's fine. Okay, this one's tough because this is an ugly car. This is a disgusting car. But once again, I'm not voting it based off how it looks per se. At least that isn't the main factor. It's a car in motion, right? And you can see a bit of the dirt kicking off the ground, which is really cool. The only issue is that the crop really messes it up. Once again, you know, it's not even a big car. It's not even a big car. The Fiat Pana's not a big car. So honestly, I like the concept of how the picture is going for here. The resolution is also high. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just a really ugly car. That's really why I've not collected it. It's because it's a very, very ugly car. Hutch can't do nothing about that, okay? Ugly car can have nice pictures. It's still gonna be an ugly car. Fiat Panda 4x4, it's a decent photo. I would give it a 6. If it was zoomed out, it would be a higher one, but I give it a 6. Once again, I'm not judging it based on how it looks. I'm basing it off the photo. Chevrolet Impala. Now this, I know for a fact that the Chevrolet Impala is a beautiful car, and this really kills it. This is so annoying because the Impala SS is beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, it's iconic. It's a lowrider car. Everybody knows this. And the fact that they cut out the most iconic thing about the car is just sad. I do like the background. I like how there's even a person sitting over there. It's very like Americana vibe, but like at the dude, like I said, I'm judging this based off what it could have been, and honestly, it's a 1. I don't know why someone gave it a 4. It is without a doubt a 1. It could be so much better. Lamborghini SV. Can't see the entire car. It doesn't matter. I think it's a very beautiful car nonetheless. It's in motion. It's a high res for a 1971 car. I would give it an 8. I think it's pretty strong. It could be better, but it definitely could be a lot worse. It's a strong car. All right, next one, Boxster GTS. I like this photo. Once again, it could be cropped better, but I like the photo. It's high res, it's in motion, it's a good looking car. I give it a 7. And yeah, I mean, it's 7.77, now 7.76, but yeah, it's a very, very good car. Picture as well. Superbird. Once again, like the Impala, I'm kind of judging it off what it could have been. There's so many better photos of the Plymouth Superbird. So, you know, for it, you know, not in motion, it could have been, you know, on a NASCAR track or something like that, but it isn't. A bit of a shame, honestly. I am glad that we can see what makes a Superbird. We can see the big wang on the back, okay? That's cool. If that was cut out, I would be really, really upset. But at the end of the day, I think it's a very average photo. It could be a lot better. I would give it a 5. No one's voted in the Superbird yet, surprisingly. So 5, very average. I'll do like 3 more. I'm having a good time. Rimac, yeah, I mean, honestly, World Expo pictures are always going to be really good. So I'll give that a 9. That's pretty easy. But yeah, World Expo pictures are just beautiful. Macan GTS, 2 zoomed in. I know it's a big car, but the background's also really boring. I like the color red. It does, okay, what the picture does right over here is that it really shows me that this is a big car. And it is. It's not a Cayenne. So I feel like the Cayenne zoom photo should be bigger than the Macan, but I think they are about the same size in the game. The color is very nice. I mean, the resolution's alright. The background could be better, but it could be worse. It's not really a plain white background. There's a bit of gradient to it. There's a bit of texture to it. I'll give it a 7. It's, yeah, 7. Yeah, I think 7. We're in consensus. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, last one. Hey, let's end on a high. We'll end on a high. Corvette Z06, the Lingenfelter, the Z06 Tune. Beautiful photo. I love the crop. It's in motion. It's on a track. It's doing what it does best. It is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10. Why are people giving it a 7.84, dude? This car is beautiful, and I boosted it up by 0.02. It's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you want to do some of your own votings, you can go to Top Drives Club. I'll have a link to it in the description below. It's really fun, honestly. You know, let your opinions be heard. But once again, guys, if you are voting, please don't troll, because, you know, Hutch is actually going to be seeing this, so please don't troll. Really just follow your heart, okay? But yeah, this, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. Beautiful photo. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville,
Pontiac.
hold tight.